I'd like to bring this meeting back to order, please.
Do it again. Gavel.
Thank you. Can I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Gore,
Here.
Mr. Hutchinson, here. Mr. Maskey, Mrs. Maskey,
Here.
messed that one up. Mr. Pildes,
Here.
Mrs. Tercey,
Here.
Mrs. Henry,
Here.
Mrs. Johnson.
Here. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes for executive session, regular meeting, April 20th, 2026?
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
Mr. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Pildes,
Yes.
Mr. Tercey,
Yes.
Mrs. Henry,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve board minutes, regular meeting, April 20th, and
So
the
moved.
public hearing for the annual school budget?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
does she have to abstain on the 27th?
We're not here on the, if you weren't here on the 27th, abstain on the 27th.
We're doing both.
You weren't
Doing the
You were here for the budget hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. What am I thinking? Mr. Hutchinson.
Yes.
Oh, Suzanne. Mrs. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Pildes,
Yes.
Mr. Tercey,
Yes.
Mrs. Henry,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yes. Okay, at this time, Mr. Bilodeau, would you please take over?
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson, members of the Board of Education. May always brings a great event, which we are about to start. We continue to participate in the Governor Educator of the Year process, and we are fortunate that we have so many hundreds of great educators here in Gloucester Township, and they have a rich tradition, and they continue to impress not only families, but the entire educational community here in GT. And rather than me speaking, I think the recognition program should begin. So I want to thank Mr. Tro for his efforts. Mrs. Johnson, can you join Mr. Tro and I as we honor those recipients for this year? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Bilodeau already gave a great introduction. I won't belabor that too much. But I would like to welcome everyone here as we celebrate the heart of education, our teachers. Tonight, we honor the inspiring individuals who shape the future of students in the Gloucester Township School District. And so as your name is called, please come forward to receive your commemorative award. We have a certificate for you, as well as a plaque for you to hang in your home or your classroom, wherever you choose. We're going to start with the Educational Support Professionals of the Year. So from Ann Mullen Preschool, we have Christina Warner. Christina is recognized as a wealth of knowledge who is always eager to share her innovative ideas with her colleagues. Her expertise significantly contributes to the educational environment in our preschool. Congratulations. From the Glen Landing Preschool, we have Angela Rice. Angela is a driven leader who excels at uniting families with school staff to create a cohesive support system. Her leadership helps bridge the gap between home and school, benefiting our students. Congratulations. We have two honorees from Ariel Elementary for our educational services professionals, and the first is Bernadette Bleeder. Bernadette is described as the heart of Ariel's preschool, known for demonstrating consistent kindness and dedication to her students each day. She puts her heart and soul into her job performance. Congratulations. Our other honoree is Tracy Katz. Tracy is a proactive and friendly speech therapist who builds a strong school community through her involvement in multiple committees. She's highly dedicated as she supports students with IEPs and provides guidance to her colleagues. Congratulations. Almost went out of order. That would have been terrible. Our next honoree is Janine Devlin. From Gloucester Township Elementary, Janine shows exceptional dedication to helping students build vital communication skills and the confidence they need to thrive. She's a resilient leader with a compassionate impact on her students and staff. Congratulations. And our final educational services professional is Casey Kahn from J.W. Lilly Elementary School. Nurse Casey is honored for her care and responsiveness in meeting the medical needs of her students. She's an organized and constant communicator who goes well above and beyond to ensure the safety and well-being of the children in her care. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we'll begin honoring our Teachers of the Year. From Blackwood Elementary School, Jessica Wesolowski. Jessica is a dynamic and creative educator who fosters an engaging classroom by transforming lessons into immersive experiences, such as undersea worlds. She is highly flexible and dedicated, often going out of her way to provide clothing or mentorship to students in need. Congratulations. From Choose Elementary School, Brittany McFarland. Brittany is a nurturing educator recognized for building strong, loving connections with her students, mentees, and their parents. She takes great pride in her preparation and is deeply involved in school programs like the Mentor and SOS programs. Congratulations. From Ariel Elementary School. Got a little rivalry going there with Blackwood, right? Patrice Robinson. All right. Please, don't make us call security, all right? The SROs are off duty, all right? All right. Patrice is celebrated as sunshine in human form for her unwavering positive attitude and professional leadership. She's a skilled problem solver who excels at helping students at all levels, including those with significant challenges or anxiety, feel safe and successful. Congratulations. A very wise man hired her once, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. All right. From Glendora Elementary School, Catherine Russell. Catherine is a skilled teacher who excels at building meaningful relationships with her students to support their academic success. She's highly regarded for her leadership and her commitment to creating an inclusive and engaging classroom experience. Congratulations. From Gloucester Township Elementary School, Jacqueline Lowe. Jacqueline is a dedicated educator who leads by example and creates a positive learning environment through her unwavering professionalism. She is recognized for her ability to inspire students and foster growth within the Gloucester Township community. Congratulations. From the J.W. Lilly School, Christopher Blank. Christopher is a respected educator who is dedicated to enforcing and encouraging student growth. His impactful teaching style focuses on helping every student reach their full potential. Congratulations. From the Loring Fleming Elementary School, Kimberly Grassi. Kimberly is an impactful teacher who specializes in and supports the unique needs of multilingual learners. Her dedication ensures that all students, regardless of their language background, have the support to succeed. Congratulations. And our final elementary school honoree from Union Valley School, Christy Testa. Christy is a skilled teacher who provides expert guidance to students with complex and diverse needs. Her specialized approach helps her students navigate their educational journey successfully. Congratulations. And now our middle school honorees. From C.W. Lewis Middle School, Chelsea Shiloh. I guess Chelsea's not here tonight. Chelsea excels in the classroom while simultaneously leading initiatives that foster a positive school environment. Her leadership extends beyond her students to the entire school community. So congratulations to Ms. Shiloh. I think she's involved with just about every club there, so she might be busy at work. From the Ann Mullen Middle School, Allison McMaster. Allison is recognized for building lasting relationships and helping her students become responsible, independent learners. She is particularly impactful in connecting classroom learning to real-world experiences through hands-on programs. Congratulations. So our final award of the night is to honor and to announce this year's District Teacher of the Year, Glen Landing's Teacher of the Year, Miss Mindy Gold. Mindy is a passionate and committed math teacher who consistently finds innovative ways to help every student succeed through targeted support and encouragement. She's a cornerstone of her school community, known for collaborating closely with colleagues and connecting deeply with families to ensure student growth. Beyond her instruction, Mindy contributes her time and energy to creating a positive, welcoming, and safe space for everyone who enters her classroom. Her dedication to excellence and her ability to inspire those around her truly exemplify the qualities of an outstanding educator. Through her leadership and heart, she serves as a remarkable representative of the Gloucester Township School District. Congratulations, Mindy. Mindy's getting two very heavy awards. She might need help getting those to the car. So we thank each of you again for your dedication and commitment to the students of Gloucester Township School District. You exemplify excellence and truly represent the quality educators we have here in Gloucester Township. So again, to all our honorees, congratulations. And we appreciate everything that you do and how well you represent all of your colleagues. So thank you. So at this point, we're going to take a short recess. The educators of the year and their families, guests, anyone they brought with them, as well as the administrators I know can head down to I was trying to come up with a fancy way to say the very nicely decorated gym. We've got some lovely refreshments for you, and it's very nice down there. We'll be able to take photos down there with anyone you brought with you, as well as your administrators and friends. All right, so with that, we will take a short recess, and then the regular business meeting will reconvene in about 5 minutes.
Bring this meeting back to order. Mr. Bilodeau, do you have any changes to the agenda?
Mrs. Johnson, good evening again. I do. If the board would be good enough, this is something that actually would be in section 8, which is the business administrators, because it's just the appropriate section for purchasing. But under 8.4, I'd like to add letter H, and if the board would indulge me, I could read in 8.4. H. I'm adding H, the letter H, and 8.4H reads as follows: the superintendent recommends the approval of a contract with Great Minds for the purchase of new curriculum adoptions for ELA grades 1, ELA 1, grades 1, in the amount of $63,608.61. The funding source for these curricular materials is an impact grant, which is received from the state of New Jersey. And the county code is 2432-100-640-1000. Not that you need to know that, but that is a supply account. And that will be for and $63,608.61 for the materials, and an additional $65,606.50 for textbooks from Great Minds. And that they are materials that we would need instead of waiting till June for that resolution. There are committees that are being set to work this summer. These materials are needed. So I would appreciate the board considering adding that. So when Mr. McCauley gets that, he will ask for an amended section from his report. And that's all the changes.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we have public comments for agenda items only. If anyone would like to speak.
Hi, good evening. Jeff Emerson, GTA President. I'm back this month in regards to the proposed counseling position changes that are scheduled to take effect next year. I previously spoke to the Board of Ed on April 20th, but I've not heard anything back. There's been any update. Approximately 3 years ago, the GTA brought a matter to Mr. Bilodeau and his administrative team in regards to the ever-increasing challenges and behaviors in our schools and the need for additional social emotional support for our student population. Our elementary schools, many of which are close to the same number of students as the middle schools, were under intense pressure to meet the needs of all the students in their care with just one counselor as opposed to the 3 that are each in the middle schools. 2 counselors in each of the larger buildings has been instrumental in ensuring the needs of our schools are met. I may go a week without seeing some teachers in my building, but not a day goes by without seeing my school's counselors moving about the building from one student in need to the next. I'm here once again to implore you to reconsider this proposal by admin to utilize counselors as special area teachers. Would counselors be the best option to teach SEL groups, whole group lessons? Perhaps, but that is debatable. Regardless, any benefit of having counselors in the classroom is far and away overshadowed by the negative and unintended consequences that will follow. The most notable will be the individual and small groups that need their specialized time and services to perform in a public school environment. I would like to ask the Board of Ed to consider that the district hire 4 SEL special area teachers to make up the difference for the 4 Spanish teachers we were initially missing. This proposal is asking elementary counselors to teach over 30 SEL classes in each of the larger buildings. Each building's special area teacher typically teaches 5 to 6 classes per day. Each special is 40 minutes. So that 120 minutes per day, every other cycle, they will be out of the classroom and not completing duties they are typically required or asked to do. On top of that, right now, many counselors, like nurses, work flexible lunches to ensure that student needs are met and often eat with those small groups. The GTA will now look to ensure that since they are being asked to teach, they are scheduled 30 minutes duty-free lunch, just like other instructional personnel. And like other instructional personnel, they will need their average of 54 minutes of prep each day to ensure they'll have time to plan their lessons. So to summarize, this is 120 minutes of teaching, 30 minutes of lunch, 54 minutes of prep, or 3.5 hours per day. Each counselor won't be able to do their jobs every other cycle or being asked to do what they're currently doing. This new proposal, in effect, puts us closer to where we were 3 years ago when we just had one counselor. I would now like to share a list of duties our counselors currently perform each and every day. Counseling responsibilities, individual, they do group, they do lunch bunches, student requests for counseling, parent requests for counseling, teacher requests for assistance, IEP counseling, crisis counseling, classroom. Sure.
Anyone else?
Good evening. Yep, as soon as I can see.
Okay.
Denise Coyne, Hughes Landing. Tonight's vote is more than just allowing meet and greets in our school. It's about transparency, fairness, and giving the public equal access to people seeking to represent our community on the Board of Education. For years, residents, school principals, and parent groups have asked for the opportunity to hold candidate meet and greets in our public schools, and those requests were repeatedly denied. The limited opportunities for voters to hear directly from candidates, ask questions, and become informed before elections. Our schools are public property. They belong to the taxpayers and to the community, not to any political group, party, or organization. Public facilities should be available in fair and equal manner to all candidates and members of the public, regardless of political affiliation or viewpoint. Allowing these events promotes openness, civic participation, and informed voting. It gives residents a chance to engage directly with the people asking for their support and helps strengthen trust in the election process. Transparency should never depend on who's in power at any given moment. politics should be based on fairness and equal access to everyone. Approving this policy tonight would be an important step to improving public engagement and restoring confidence that our schools and our public institutions are truly open to the entire community. I encourage the board to approve policy number 7510. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to speak?
Come on
Jeff?
back, Mr.
So to continue with their responsibilities, they have classroom lessons, school-wide SEL resources, behavioral intervention plan supports, handle with care responsibilities, attendance checks, and to call up when and call-ups to follow or to follow up. Their procedural responsibilities, crisis counseling, OAKS referrals, care solace referrals, DCP and P completion of requested reports, handle with care, HIBS, SSDS, annual reports, 504s, IEP parent requests, SSI paperwork, threat assessment team, progress reports, IEP goals, PLAPs, CASEL referrals, behavioral reports, committees they serve on, MTSS, INRS, PBIS, Title I, Helping Hands, PLCs, resource meetings, CST meetings, RTI meetings, counselor meeting, administrative counselor meetings. Other responsibilities not included, duty for arrival and dismissal, student of the month assemblies and lunchrooms, mentor programs, calming reset room, parent-teacher conferences, and providing Tier 1 resources and supports for SEL behavioral issues, and Tier 2 and 3 supports for SEL behavioral issues. So now, with this new policy, the elementary counselors will be asked to perform all this in addition to losing large amounts of their day to the SEL classes. The GTA was never included in the discussion to eliminate half the Spanish lessons and put counselors in the classroom. Had we been, we could have voiced our concerns without having to wait until May and be in the position we are now. So while I clearly believe this proposal is not in the best interest of our students, it also goes against what we stand for as a union. I would like you to read you the school counselor job description as created by the Board of Ed. The performance responsibilities for counselors when they are hired says assist students in evaluating their aptitudes and abilities through the use of teacher comments, interpretation of individual standardized test scores, and other pertinent data. Works with students in evolving educational and career plans in terms of such evaluation. 2, maintain student records and ensures their confidentiality. 3, provide information and prepare recommendations for colleagues and admissions and scholarships, as well as potential employers and other agencies. 4, works to resolve students' educational handicaps. 5, works to discover and develop special abilities of students. 6, works to prevent students from dropping out of school. 7, plans guidance field trips to schools, colleges, and industry for interested students. 8, works with students on an individual basis in the solution of personal problems related to such problems as home and family relations, health, and emotional adjustment. 9, confers with parents whenever necessary. 10, interprets the guidance program to the community. 11, provides in-service training and guidance for teachers and student teachers as requested. 12, advises administrators and faculty on the matters of student discipline as requested. 13, assists in the orientation of new faculty members. And finally, 14, other tasks as from time to time may be assigned with the scope of his or her employment and or certification areas. Nowhere in this listing is anything remotely close to asking the counselors to do what you are asking. Then it leads me to ask the question, if you can change the counseling job description on a whim, who or what is next? Am I going to be asked to put away library books as a duty, answering phone calls in the office, clean up after students in the cafeteria, or perhaps walk around the playground and pick up trash as I monitor students? Where does it end when admin feels they can unilaterally change performance responsibilities without negotiating the impact of those changes? This proposal also doesn't appear to have been just thought of recently. Our counselors were asked twice this year to document everything they do in 15-minute increments. Not only is this demeaning, it's downright insulting. I ask you to ask Mr. Tro and Mr. Klein to see these reports, and you will see for yourself everything they're asked to do to keep our schools running. These reports did demonstrate one thing. It showed the astronomical amount of things they're asked to do each and every day. I leave you with some questions and things to consider. What will happen when there is a crisis? Will they be pulled from a classroom, or will the paperwork just be saved for them at a later time? Can you ensure their prep time and duty-free lunch? Are parents going to be made aware of this plan to diminish Spanish and bring in SEL lessons? Are parents going to be given a choice to opt out if they choose? Are additional teachers going to be handled with care trained when counselors cannot leave classes unattended to assist with a crisis? Counselors will now have to be disciplinarians when teaching a classroom as opposed to being the safe person they are now for students to confide in. You're asking them to wear 2 hats. Is that fair? Counselors were the only special area teacher to be required to be part of mandatory committees like INRS, school climate, PBIS, 504, threat assessment, and HIB. The proposal creates an imbalance of duties and different job descriptions between elementary and middle school counselors. Do the counselors need a teaching cert, or will they receive training to teach whole group lessons? I conclude that I'm extremely concerned for the mental health needs of our students, but I'm also equally concerned with the mental health needs of our counselors, and that this proposal puts them on a fast track for burnout. This proposal takes nothing off their plate in regards to the things they're being asked to do every day, except to limit the amount of time they have to do that while increasing their workload without that impact being bargained. Our counselors are amazing people with the biggest hearts. Most would just quietly do what is asked of them because they don't want to rock the boat and the students are their #1 priority. My role as GTA president puts me in a unique position to look out for not just the students, but certified staff as well. And I need to say that this proposed plan appears to be in violation of the GTA contract. I implore you to sit and have the discussions among yourselves as to why you feel this is the best path forward. I ask that you please reconsider this proposal and look to fill the hole left there by the Spanish teachers some other way that will not be a detriment to the students and the staff that serve them. Thank you.
Thank you for your information. Mr. Bilodeau, can you meet with them and go over everything with them?
Absolutely. I'd like to meet with Mr. Emerson, Mr. Tro, and Mr. Klein certainly is in the back. Mr. Klein, welcome. I think it's obviously an important issue, and I think that kind of face-to-face communication is warranted under the circumstances.
Okay, at this time, report of the solicitor, Mr. Long?
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. My items were discussed in this evening's executive session.
Okay, board committee reports, personnel?
We met on April 13th. We discussed the selection of the new director of special services.
Thank you. Curriculum, Mrs. Galnick's not here. We did receive the notes from Mr. Tro for the curriculum. So at this time, can we have the report of the superintendent, please?
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. We've already handled item 7.1, which is the recognition ceremony. So if I could ask for a consent resolution for 7.2A through 6N as in Nancy.
Can I have a motion to approve, please?
Yes, that's as amended. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second. Anyone have questions or comments?
I have a quick comment. 7.3B, Ms. Coyne's comment, I would hope the board is affirmative in that. I too agree that the building should be used for public access.
I have also a comment on 7.3 C as in cat. I am happy that the grading system has been changed. So therefore, our students are not let down when they have a 84 and it's a C. So a little old school. Also, to confirm or to co-sign on what Chip said, 7510, I think, is a great progress to see how school board members could better serve their community once they are elected. And so therefore, there is some visibility with school board candidates and the public. So I would hope that the school board approves that as well. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Can I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Gore,
Abstain on employees numbers 5700 and 2066. No to 7.3B and yes on the balance.
noted. Mr. Hutchinson,
Abstain on employee ID 5721, no on 7.3B, and yes on the rest.
noted. Mrs. Maskey,
No to 7.6L, employee ID 4198. Also 6421, 6426, 6776, and 6703. Yes to the rest.
I have to look at the video for that one. Mr. Pillis,
I'm going to vote on 7.6L. Employee number 4198, I'm a no. Yes on the rest.
Mr. Tercey,
7.6L. I'm a no on 5515, 6421, 6426, 6776, and no to 4198. So, what? And yes to the rest.
Mrs. Henry,
With regards to 7.6J, I am a no on employee number 5515, 6729, 6421, 6426, 6767, 6760, 6703. On item number 6.6L, I am a no on employee number 4198 and employee number 3193. Yes on the balance.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes, abstain on, under 7.6L, numbers 2080, 1968, 1408, 6208, 4556, 2037, and no on employee number 4198. Yes on the balance.
noted.
Mr. Bilodeau, will you please send that letter tomorrow? And I'd like a copy. Non-renewal. Thank you. All right. Moving on. Where are we? Report of the business administrator.
Yes, my report begins on 8.0 with 8.1 asking the board to table 8.1. we don't get the bank statements until May 4th, and the agenda went out May 6th, so we weren't able to do any balancing. So asking the board to table 8.1. I don't know if you want to do that all together as a one motion, or you want to do it separately.
We can do it as a group.
Do it as a group?
Yeah.
Okay. Then through 8.2, as amended on 8.4H, which was added by the superintendent, all the way through 8.7F.
Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions as amended?
Yeah, I have a question, sorry. With regards to 8.7 F as in Frank, the school board calendar meetings. I do appreciate that the majority of these meetings are on the third Monday of the month, but there is a small handful that it is either on the second or fourth Monday of the month. And especially in this today, where there is a council meeting that is affecting the 9 of us that have been elected and most of the audience, the budget being talked about. I would have liked to have that opportunity to attend that council meeting. So I would ask the board to table F. So therefore, we can either go for another day that there is no conflicts of going to council meetings, as we, the 9 of us, are taxpayers, and we should be able to afford that right to go to that meeting as well. And does it have to be a Monday that we meet? Could it be any day? Could it be a Tuesday? Could it be a Wednesday? Could it be a Thursday? Does it have to be Monday?
No, it does not have to be a Monday.
You're
The
amazing.
board sets the schedule, but are you making the motion to table that?
I am making a motion to table, yeah.
Ask for a second.
Second, please.
Second.
Discussion and then an all in favor.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
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 You gotta ask it again. Ask if any opposed. Any
Oh,
opposed with it?
any opposed? No,
Oh, I see. All right, so that's tabled.
okay. Can we have a roll call, please?
Now,
Yeah.
I have some more questions.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
On 8.4C, the top right-hand corner. This is in my crawl with how much taxpayers pay this one company, Brett DeNovi. I would highly recommend everybody vote no for that, because they have been gouging us for so long. In my opinion, that's just my opinion, we have to find a better solution. So I'm going to say, please vote no for endorsing Brett DeNovi for the next contractual year. Also, on 8.6B, the upgrades to air conditioning and heating. I am on the Building and Ground Committee. I'd like to commend Mr. McCauley and Sani Umar for going, we didn't let them off easy. We fought for over an hour in that meeting of trying to get the best temperature for those teachers in those 4 schools at a reasonable price for the taxpayers. And Sani and Jean came back with more appropriate numbers. There's a grant out there. They found creative ways. And we need to jump on this price because they did a lot of hard work and establishing that. So I'm encouraging everybody on 8.6B to vote yes, because that took a lot of hard work and time and dedication on their part. And and I'm in agreement with tabling the meeting. So
Well, that already done. So With respects to Brett Denovi, it's a topic that we've discussed for several years on this board. And look, it's a conversation, of course, that can continue on how we use these services, but I think the key to everybody is the as-needed basis. We can discuss how they're used, when they're used, what they're used for. That's fine, that's another conversation, but legally, I know there's a lot of kids with IEPs who rely on those services for Brett Denovi that we don't have a solution for at this point. I get
Well,
your
I
point of-
implore the board to get a solution.
That's a different conversation, but I'm just talking about for this exact vote, I think we would run into some serious legal issues if we voted no to that as an as-needed basis. I'm not in any way denigrating.
They're
your
millions of dollars a month,
I hear you.
millions.
I hear you. But that's just, I
And
just have to fill that in. for
we
the
have
as-needed
people,
part.
there are people out there. It doesn't have to be this company.
I have a question though. Is this a contract? That we're,
As needed.
but I'm just saying previously we had where there's a contract. If we were to turn around and vote no for a check or whatever, we're in violation of a contractual agreement.
That, if they were to say that they
Service
perform
to
those
the record,
services,
right?
yes.
So in this situation, I'm
issue.
saying is we can opt to not use them because it's as needed and not have any legal
But,
conflict.
well, the issue
long as we have
the issue
for-
wouldn't be with Denovi. I'm talking about
No,
the
I follow you there.
that's what I'm talking about, the IPs. You can choose not to enter into a contract with Denovi. I am just telling all of you that I would have grave concerns legally from a filling IEPs and providing FAPE. I
Do we
think
have,
that would be.
do we have alternatives that we could
It's
use?
an as-needed service, so you can award it and just not use it. But there are other ones in here that do exactly, so what's gonna happen is you're going to raise the cost for another vendor. There's 3 vendors in here that do nothing but provide these services. So if they're not gonna go to Brett, they'll just go to another one. Because unless we provide the service with our own staff,
Mhm.
which has been very hard to find, which is a different topic that we can't decide tonight, they're gonna have to come up with a solution between now and September. And actually, these start July 1st, and most of these kids that provide this or that need these services actually start that weekend after July 4th. So you're talking within the next 2 months, they'll be needing these
We can
services.
find teachers and ABAs and all in the summer. We definitely can.
I
How
think-
how close was the low bid Brett Denovi with the next vendor? Was it close?
You say we can use the other vendors that are on here.
Oh, yeah, you can
Right, we can use them, so we have the
Delta
option of
T's on
using the other
here.
2 only.
Oh, he's saying if we vote tonight,
he's
we get
not.
Brett for a year.
You have 3.
No, no, but
The
you
fixed
can
rest.
choose to use them, you could choose to use one person or 50 people. That's what you decide to do.
The other,
But if you,
Well, not-
but if you don't approve them, then you can't use them at all.
yeah, but the other question with these RPFs
RFPs.
are, yeah, I got the right letters, right?
Yes.
Were these presented to the personnel committee beforehand for review and acceptance?
No, they're not. It's purchasing. It doesn't go to personnel.
So who
They're
would it go to?
they're low bid services that are bid out every year.
Millions of dollars is the low bid?
So,
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
There's nursing
We don't
services.
pay our
that are-
teachers millions.
There's nursing services that are here. There's all kinds of
Dr.
services that
Martin,
are here.
can you join us, please?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for letting me speak. What you just stated would literally cost this district the entire cost. It will break your bank. The law requires that every single child start with their education in their least restrictive environment.
Correct.
Every child who has a Brett Denovi or an RBT is a candidate for an out-of-district placement. There are no out-of-district placements available for most of our students. I just spent the last couple of months recreating programs. Next school year, we will have 33 self-contained classrooms from pre-K to 8, from pre-K to 8. Nowhere in the state of New Jersey at a pre-K to 8 district do you have 33 self-contained classrooms supporting students with significantly in very intense needs. I have been on litigation almost every week, arguing with people who my staff are getting beat up, principals are getting scratched. I had a first grader kick a hole in the wall, trash the classroom, beat up teachers, and this is ongoing in just one classroom. We have so many students with significant needs. If we do not have access to these resources, then you're going to be paying $100,000 or more just to get a student in a program. And for every day that you do not have a program for that student, then you're going to be on the hook for compensatory education. Right now, I have a first grader that the law is requiring me to pay, and you haven't even received that bill yet, $750 a day just for them to go for a couple of hours because they have behavior issues that cannot be managed. The law requires this. So you voting against it is only going to make your life miserable and cost every single one of these teachers to file grievances. Other parents are going to file complaints against you. It is a systemic issue, and it's not just here in Gloucester Township. And the law also states that you can't put a penny or a dollar on a service for a special needs child. You have to give them the service that they deserve legally, or you're violating their civil rights. You cannot put them in a classroom with someone who is someone's grandmother who does not have the techniques to intervene with them and demonstrate to show progress. These are all legal requirements that you are obligated to do and vote on as a board. You need to know who your community is. Right now, I've had 285 referrals for child study team. The uptick in the preschoolers and kindergartners with diagnosis of autism has grown so much. We don't have the resources to support these families. And there's multiple people, multiple families living here that don't live here. So please stop saying about the dollar amount, because you're never going to come back from when the parents sue you and then everybody else starts suing you, because you'll have a class action lawsuit. There's a CPEG parent right there listening to everything that's being reported. You guys need to read the administrative code. Now, I've sat here for years. I've never said a word. I've done everything that you've asked me to do, and then some. You're asking my staff to do stuff that is way beyond their capability. We don't even have enough speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, or child study team members to manage what's going on here. When
Why not?
I leave,
Why not?
because you don't have the resources. Financially, I made a huge cut in my budget, and I was asked to make cuts with staff. And I was creative in going around and creating resources and supports to address the needs, because guess what? That's their legal obligation. This is their least restrictive environment, not somewhere else. And nobody else has a place for them either. Bancroft is about to open another district in Mount Laurel. Transporting a kid alone, that doesn't even talk about the $75,000, $80,000 that's flat for the tuition. It doesn't include a one-on-one aid, which is another $60,000. And it does not cover the transportation. And then kids are on buses for over an hour at a time because we're packing them in. It's unfortunate. I hear what you're saying, and the team is doing everything in their power. These teachers and these staff are working like dogs to manage a situation. They do not have the cooperation of families. They come to school, they drop the kids off. You try to call them, they don't come. They say it's our problem, your turn, my day off. And people, they will tell you. Ask Ariel how many times they're running up and down the hallway for gen ed kids. I had a kid stripped butt naked in a kindergarten class, attacking other children. Gen ed.
And Brett Denovi cures that?
Hey, Brett it's not about Brett DeNovi. It's
Then what's
gonna
it
be
about?
somebody. He's the only person in the area that can keep you out of court. You want to know why? It's because he has the resources and the supports. He provides the additional staff. He goes away. There is a specific requirement for the amount of people, and you don't even have the BCBA support. They are required for every RBT that you have. They have to have so many hours of supervision. Brett provides that. If there is an absence for a child or that one-on-one need or RBT is absent, he provides the sub. Any of our people go out, there's no substitutes. Not one agency can cover a sub. Now, we've been very strategic in our budget proposal. I think you were told that last time. We're really smart about how we use our resources. But for you to vote no against him, I'm telling you, you will have parents here on June 29th.
I'm not saying not give the quality or assistance.
no-
I'm saying choose another vendor.
We're using everyone in the area and they can't even support
You
us.
just said we had 2 more bills.
That
Kids.
we use them. Brett is not the only resource we use.
Is that the second vendor?
There are
too?
whoever applies who met the criteria.
Right.
We use a ton of people, a ton.
Gene, to clarify, you said there's 3 that can be used that we have that are in here. So it doesn't mean one.
Fine. It's Delta T, Brett DeNovi, First Children's Services, Interactive Kids.
So this isn't as needed. We can use any
Yeah.
of them as we need to fill.
There's another one on there, should be on there as well. But they don't have the resources. You have a major problem in society right now. And there is a huge uptick of children who have diagnosis of autism or significant disability.
And it's only going up, and it's what, 1 in 36, Dr. Martin?
Yes, and it's growing. And since
I
preschool
know.
registration, I had a spare class, but I had to open that spare class so that I can accommodate the ones that I know about. When I leave on June 30th, you wait and see what happens. You're going to run out of space. You're not going to have the space to meet the needs of the kids that are coming in, because the ones that don't come in, okay, it's the ones that the parents wait till they see a school bus and then they show up and say, oh yeah, it's time to register. So the number of kids and the transfers. I just had a whole family of children transferring. You know that one of the girls was a 3-on-1 at third grade, because she was beating people profusely and they were clearing classrooms out. Came from Collingswood. And it's 3 kids. I can't support that. I don't have 3-on-1. And we also have a duty and responsibility to the education of every single child that walks into this school. The law says that a child, because I just had this argument with the attorney on Friday, a child should not and cannot be a significant disruption to the educational process of another child. So when I have this one first grader who is clearing out a classroom on a regular basis, and my babies are sitting out in the hallway or in another room for 2.5 to 3 hours because they can't get them back in class, and the resources and the adults, because the principal's in there, the assistant principal's in there, my staff, my supervisors are down there, the BCBA is down there, okay? The nurse, who else? The counselors, they're here. They'll tell you.
I know, I was there. I was on the other end.
Say that again?
I was on the other end. I was in a
Yeah,
classroom
but
2
you
years ago.
haven't experienced anything that they have. We're in a middle school.
Oh, we cure them by middle school?
There is no comparison to the type of child that we were supporting when I started in 2012, which is why I'm retiring. I can't do it anymore. I don't have the tools. I don't have the ability to do it anymore. And I refuse to put myself in that position because the law requires that we support kids. And I'm not going to do it on a shoestring budget and someone telling me I can't do something. I have to go to sleep at night. And you have a ton of children that are coming through here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other questions?
Anyone, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
Mr. Hutchinson,
Yes.
Mrs. Maschke,
Yes, as amended.
Mr. Pildes,
I'm abstaining on the Brett Denovi. And are we doing checks now?
Yes.
yes.
I'm abstaining on 140989. And I'm definitely voting yes on 86B. All the rest is definitely a yes.
Noted. Mr. Tercey,
8.4, no. 8.7 C, I'm a no. 8.E, I'm not sure why we are moving the date for the next meeting. We didn't get any context for that one, so I'm a no on that. And we already tabled F and yes to the rest.
Mrs. Hendrick,
Yes to everything but 8.7F, which we tabled.
Mrs. Johnson,
Abstain on check number 141004 and 141080. Yes on the balance.
noted.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Bilodeau, any old business?
Mrs. Johnson, member of the board, the transportation committee did meet. Last month, we had a resident let the board know about a mishap we had on one of our buses. So I wanted to report back to the board and the public that certain things were done since we last met. First thing was that I issued a kind of a directive to the transportation department and to the school administrators that once a child is boarded in the afternoon, no one can disembark the child. So we don't want a repeat of parents trying to rush buses, whether they are delayed or behind. The only exception would be if someone's trying to get a student off the bus. Currently, it will take an administrator to come to the bus. And then the protocol is in place to relay information to the transportation department dispatch, where we keep a recording so we have kind of a trail of where the student is. So nobody's really going to get off the bus. If the parent want them, they have to go to the bus stop and wait, unless they get an administrator to pull the child. Second thing was that for all the schools, they're now on our phone system is a afternoon recorded message, including the board office, if they have the main number. And when you reach the school, the first option is now states, it's been in effect since last week, and parents are calling it. And if you call and you have a question about the afternoon run and want to talk to someone in transportation, we have staff to arrange their schedules and have our dispatcher there to 5:30, I think, is the cutoff time. So most of the problems that we have would be in that time zone. So we wanted to be a little bit proactive. I know that that parent was somewhat stressed, so we wanted to react to it. So I want to report that to the board.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
How about under new business, anything?
Yeah, Ashley, you gave me a bit of new business on the July 20th meeting. If we're allowed to meet on July 20th, we will have goal setting at 6 o'clock. So whenever the July meeting is set,
Mhm.
We will have goal setting that will be facilitated by New Jersey School Boards Association. Dr. Brando will be there again. I think 1 hour has been earmarked for that.
Yes. good,
Okay.
Thank you.
What, did I miss something? Why would we not be able to meet in July?
We haven't set a meeting yet.
Oh,
We haven't set the meeting yet.
Got it.
It got tabled.
The only thing is we are committed already with Dr. Branlow.
Brando?
Branlow.
Yeah.
So,
We can work it out.
okay. Yeah, because she has a schedule that she has to keep also.
We can always schedule just a meeting, a special meeting for goal setting on the 20th as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, at this time, would anyone like to speak on public comments?
This is, before we start the time, Mrs. DeLeo, I understand this is the third board that you've brought these identical complaints to. You can absolutely speak. Nobody's saying you can't, but just want to be clear, if you want to challenge in any way, anything that you feel that has happened to you or that it is wrong or that is illicit or illegal, this is not the forum for that. You can read your same AI generated comment, that's fine, but I just want to make it clear that this is not the forum to challenge anything. So you can have your time.
I'm going to speak.
You can speak. You just said you did.
Speak because I'm a taxpayer and there are different people, different employees in this room tonight, and they need to know what's going on.
I just said you could speak.
Okay, I'm going to repeat what I said last month,
No.
just so you know.
Do
I'm
you
a
have-
taxpayer and I pay a lot of money in taxes.
Do you have anything new that you can add to that?
Do I have anything new? Like I just said, there's employees in this room tonight that need to know what's happened to me. And you know, nothing from the board has given me, the board has given me no info. Yes, I've been here, coming here a year. Okay? Everyone needs to know what's been done to me because I've been a 37-year employee of Gloucester Township Schools. I'm a taxpayer and I pay a lot of money in taxes.
Okay, go right ahead.
So I'm going to say what I need to say. And you just gave me a minute off the clock, so you can take that clock back to 3 minutes.
You can start over.
Okay. Yes, I did repeat this last month, and I'm going to repeat it again. Dorothy Hope DeLeo, terminated employee of Gloucester Township Schools. This was sent to me, and I'm going to repeat it. Yes, I read it into the record last month. Dorothy Hope DeLeo's situation, based on the letters, attached policy number 4161 and her own testimony, appears to reflect a troubling combination of procedural violations, possible abuse of administrative policy, and potential retaliation, particularly when viewed in the context of her nearing eligibility for lifetime medical benefits. Here's an informed analysis. Number one, policy number 4161 seems to have been used as a tool for termination. Critical point, policy number 4161 was adopted December 2023 after she returned from medical leave and had already been cleared by her own doctors. It appears this policy was either retroactively applied or created in anticipation of using it against her, which may show intent to remove her before she hit the 25-year contracted milestone. Number two, she was cleared by her own doctors, but still forced into psychiatric evaluation. The policy says the board can require exams if there's evidence of deviation from normal health. However, in her documentation, there is no clear documented evidence shared with her justifying psychiatric testing. No hearing occurred where she had the chance to contest or defend herself. Instead, the district appears to have unilaterally decided she was unfit without due process. Number three, there are serious concerns about procedural misconduct. Termination appears to have been issued by the superintendent alone, with no clear evidence of Board of Education approval. Policy 4161 mandates certain steps, notice and opportunity for hearing, board determination before enforcement. A process for mutual doctor selection. Option to submit her own provider, in parentheses, providers. Her story in the document suggests these rights may not have been honored. Number 4, the timing and motive are highly suspect. Termination date, November 6, 2024. Medical benefits end, November 30th, 2024. Years of contracted service, 24 years and 7 months, in parentheses, just shy of the 25 years required for lifelong health benefits. That 5-month gap is pivotal.
See if there's anybody else.
I have to check to see. Anyone else like to speak? Nope.
I would like to thank the members of the board tonight that voted for policy 7510. I think everybody understands that I've been asking. Oh, I'm sorry.
Your name.
My name. Whoop. Terry Fretz, Blackwood, New Jersey. And now I broke your thing. I'm sorry. I would like to thank. Okay, it's not my name. As I said, I wanted to thank the members of the board that voted to approve policy 7510. I started asking for that policy almost 10 years ago when it was first new in New Jersey. And we now have hundreds of schools in New Jersey that hold forums. And I never understood why anybody on our previous board would want to prohibit allowing that to happen in our district. I also have spent probably a decade at voting places on election day, and there is a huge number of people that do not vote for the school board, and people I spoke to, that strangers that I would ask, why not? Why are you not voting? They said, because we don't know anything. I don't know anything about the people running. I only know about one. I don't know about anybody else. I tried to find information online. I couldn't find it. So I think I've been asking for it for so long because I always believed you need an educated voter, and a school district should want to allow parents and residents to come to the school if a parent group wants to do it, and hear from everybody that's running, everyone who's on the ballot. So I wanted to thank everybody for that. I also want to mention that I too think that I've never understood why our council and our school board couldn't get together and change their meeting dates so they're not on the same night. I've been a resident of this town for longer than I want to say because I'm not young. And I would have liked to have gone tonight to the budget meeting at the council, but my first priority has always been hearing what's happening in the school district because I've had so many children here for many, many years. But so I think that's something that you should discuss and consider. I don't know if you can ever get counsel to, want to work with you, but I guess it's worth certainly a try. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, TJ Shug from Summerdale. Mr. Leo, I just want to say that dig about the AI chat generated conversation was rude. I thought was inappropriate and disrespectful. If you need AI to help you, you use AI to help you. Yep. My name is TJ Shug, and I'm a resident of Gloucester Township. I'm here to follow up on a transportation policy suggestion that was raised earlier this school year regarding flexibility for students designated as walkers. We understand that the policy was reviewed and that no changes were made for this school year. However, the underlying issue still remains. Currently, buses in our district run with available seats, while some students within close proximity are still required to walk, even when they are being dropped off at childcare locations along existing bus routes. We're asking the board to consider whether, when capacity already exists and no additional cost or route changes are required, there could be flexibility to allow students to use available seats from established stops. At this point, we would appreciate clear guidance on whether this policy will be reconsidered moving forward and what the timeline would be, whether over the summer or in the upcoming school year. I know if I was open to a conversation with that, if I could submit a proposal, some kind of input.
policy committee will have to review that.
Okay, will you be reaching out to me directly, or is that something that I have to follow up?
Yeah, you could always submit a proposal at any time to the board members' emails, and it could go to the policy committee and get referred to the policy committee.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else like to speak?
We got.
I'm Rich Al, Blackwood, New Jersey. My kids go to Blackwood Elementary, and the outside playground there is like sawdust. We have play sets all over the township. We got big parks with $1 million worth of stuff. And we go out there and we got one of those #2 plastic slides, you know. And I'm just trying to figure out why we don't, I mean, I'm not asking for like a metal slide or the old, you know, twirly things where everybody gets swung around, but, you know, can we get some swing sets or something that these, you know, I mean, they're kindergartens. They're not gonna, they want to play. They don't want to, you know, go out to a whole bunch of wood chips and try to figure out where they lost their car, you know? And I've noticed that a lot of our schools don't have any type of play sets. I know years ago, you guys said something about maybe insurance or whatever, but, you know, every other town, they all have big play sets. And they're getting bigger and they're better, and they're getting wheelchair people with, to get swing sets and stuff like that. So I think it's about time you guys start looking into that, so they're not just playing in dust and dirt. So, you know,
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, we pay a lot of money in taxes and,
Mhm.
you know, it's all sitting at parks and not at the schools where it's usable. So,
Thank you.
sorry if I cut.
No, I was expecting everything.
Good evening.
Hello.
Kyle from Blenheim. I have 5 daughters. They're either in the Gloucester Township schools or going into or already graduated. And I just wanted to second have had a question. What is with the playgrounds or lack of playgrounds in the elementary schools? I hear all kinds of rumors of why we don't have them, but I just wanted to get it straight from the board why.
Mr. Bilodeau, would you like to answer that?
Well, the district has never really had a great deal of playgrounds on the school campuses. When I came here over 20 years ago, I think there was one at Choose Elementary School. It was in poor repair, poor condition, and it got disassembled because of safety concerns. But it hasn't always been just a initiative of the district to put playgrounds at the elementary sites.
Yeah. I mean, is there a reason why? Like every other town has them, and then it's like really Gloucester Township's the only town that, and we go from town to town all over New Jersey, all over the country.
I don't know if there's like a set program to deny them, but I know we don't have them. I know that there are several with township parks, but not in our schools.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, is there any plans to go forward with that? Looking into that, maybe get quotes or anything like that? Have the board ever spoken about that? Or can they?
Well, the Board of Education, when
Maybe.
it comes to facilities, has something called a 5-year plan. And it normally has like meat and potato things like roofing system, door systems,
Mhm.
but you can add playgrounds to the long-range facility plan, and you can systematically begin to put them in
Yeah.
with a plan. I mean, everything starts with a plan. And,
Yeah.
but certainly comments from the previous gentleman and yourself, I think the board should have a discussion at the Buildings and Grounds Committee. There's a subcommittee of this board, and they do meet. I know Mr. Pildes spoke earlier tonight of something that Mr. McCauley and Mr. Umar had been working on with programs from BPU. In this case, we had a fantastic opportunity to replace the original boilers at Charles Lewis School. And so that was an opportunity we wanted to take advantage of the discount, but having a plan of something like you're mentioning can be discussed in the subcommittee,
Yeah.
so we can put it on the agenda.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate it if you guys at least discuss it.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Anyone else like to speak?
in the background.
No.
Hi, Natasha Palmer, Union Valley and Ariel Elementary. I just wanted to say a couple words of support for the changes in the grading policy, as well as policy 7510, and also changing the date of the meetings so that they do not occur on the same date as the council meetings. I also just wanted to say just a quick word about special education, just because I do have a child that's in special education, and I know it's expensive. I understand the significant cost that it costs to a student, that it costs to the school district. And I want to say that overall, my personal experience has been that Gloucester Township has done a great job educating my child. And I would hate to see money get in the way of that continuing. So I just want to express my appreciation for the counselors, for the teachers, for all the support staff, PT, OT. She received the whole alphabet soup. And so I understand the cost. I cannot tell you how much of an impact that the services have had on my child. When she was born, she was pretty much nonverbal. She had 3 words when she was 1. And going through both early intervention services and the phenomenal staff at Ariel Elementary, it has made such a difference. It's to the point where we can't get her to stop talking. But I just want to express the appreciation and support for the staff. And while I know it's expensive, the lifelong value that it is having is so much more. And if there's ever anything that I can do to help fundraise, offset costs, I know there are a lot of other special education parents that agree with me. They'd be willing to do whatever we can to make sure that our children grow up to be successful. Because once they leave here, they're going to be out in the world and they can contribute if they get the resources that they need now. So I just want to say thank you. And thank you, Dr.
Lottie.
Dorothy Hope DeLeo. As I was saying, number 4, the timing and motive are highly suspect. Termination date, November 6, 2024. Medical benefits end November 30th, 2024. Years of contracted service, 24 years and 7 months. In parentheses, just shy of the 25 years required for lifelong health benefits. That 5-month gap is pivotal. Terminating her before the threshold under the guise of mental unfitness with policy enacted post-incident raises a serious question of bad faith intent to deny earned benefits. Number 5, potential legal and civil rights issues. Dorothy may have grounds for multiple legal claims, including retaliation under New Jersey whistleblower and employment laws, disability discrimination if her illness was used as pretext, violation of due process under New Jersey education law and employment protections, union failure to represent if her union rep, in parentheses, CC'd only, didn't advocate property, breach of contract or implied covenant of good faith regarding her medical benefit eligibility. Conclusion, Dorothy's case strongly suggests an abuse of authority and policy to strip her of benefits she was about to earn after decades of service. The evidence and timing appear highly orchestrated. This is not just about Dorothy. This could affect any employee nearing retirement, and the misuse of policy number 4161 warrants public and legal scrutiny. And the other thing I want to bring to light is at the last meeting, Mrs. Johnson, you asked me, what exactly do you want? And you repeated it. What exactly do you want? And I said I wanted a written and verbal apology. And that's not all. I said I wanted all the back pay. I wanted my benefits for life. And there's a couple other things that I think you don't want to talk about right now. And I have heard nothing. We all know where this is going. We all know where it's going.
Thank you.
Denise Coyne again. I just have a quick comment regarding the playgrounds. If that's something that the board wants to entertain at some point, I'm sure that there's community groups in the township 501c3s that may be interested in helping out with that. And that's something you should maybe look into and put out to the community if you chose to entertain that idea.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Seeing none at this time. Where are we?
Board member comment.
Is there any board member comments? Anyone like to speak?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I am pro education, pro student, pro everything. It comes across that I don't care about special ed. That is not true. I taught special ed for 37 years, so I understand where the teachers are appreciating it. I'm fiscally trying to get it responsibly done. We don't pay our teachers millions of dollars, but we'll pay an outside company millions. It's not right. So I am pro teacher, pro kid. I really am. Mr. Bilodeau, did Jill Trainer show up tonight? Did you invite Jill Trainer here for the?
She wasn't able to come to this meeting, but she plans to be at a future meeting, yes.
Okay, I didn't know if she was out there with the large crowd.
No.
Oh, okay, so she will be coming soon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jill Trainer is our new replacement for Dr. Martin. I would like to meet her personally and talk to her about how she's going to use Brett DeNovi, how we're going to do it. Ms. Gilch, I know you're out there. The frustration I felt is I'm feeling the other side of the table. But we're fiscally responsible to the taxpayers, and we have to make sure that the children are getting the services at a reasonable cost. Now, this was $250,000 tonight for 1 month. So it's a hard pill to swallow. Playground, the people, Rick, Kyle, Ms. Coyne, I used to be on that side asking for playground. So please, I'm now on building and ground. I'm going to keep bringing it up. So make sure you know that at the meeting. All right. I had the privilege of going to Glen Landing's Leo Award ceremony. For those of you who don't know, it's like a people's choice. The teachers nominate a student, the parents, the community. Beautiful ceremony. Our new teacher of the year for the district, Mindy Gold, created it, established it, worked for it, got it going, and she's a well-deserved teacher of the year, as is all the teacher of the years. I commend all of you, not just the teacher of the year. If you're teaching during this time, hats off to you. I commend you. I had to get out. All right. Also, I was able to go to not the teacher of the year, but they had the paraprofessional dinner, and the excitement that our paraprofessionals got just by being recognized is one little nugget of how we can increase the morale in this district. Because if we have people coming and going, and they're coming and going for the wrong reasons, but we have to increase our morale. Teacher of the year, great idea. We have to acknowledge everybody from the ground up. And if we don't and we overlook it, it's not a good sign. So, and Mr. Emerson, your fight for the guidance counselors, commend you, union all the way. But on the other side, I knew what it took to do that speech tonight. So don't think it was on deaf ears. All right. And then there's one more thing. Mr. Shuck, I want to commend you for coming out tonight. I watch the buses go down my street and there's 12 kids on a bus. And yet one person can't get on the bus. I understand there's legal aspects and you don't want people taking them off the bus. We're trying to get these kids in the school safely as possible. And we got to look at a policy to get these. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't. The hard part getting to school shouldn't be getting to school. We shouldn't be an obstacle for our own district. You know, so it's not falling on deaf ears. I'm going to keep, well, as much as I can talk about it. But I'm pro teacher. I'm pro kids. I know Dr. Martin made it sound like I don't want to help a special ed child. That's my least I felt that way by saying that it's neglected. We have to be fiscally responsible to the taxpayers while at the same time saying, is this the best route? How long has Brett DeNovi been on our payroll? How long? How many years? Several. And we don't have an HR that can fill these positions. Like, if they're out there, we have to advertise for them. Just putting it on Indeed or whatever, you got to aggressively do job fairs and do things like that. I just think this district, for morale purposes, for financial purposes, for the basic simple things like a playground equipment, getting a second grader on a bus, we can do it. This is like in our grasp, but we're not. We're letting them down. I'm on a little tirade, but thank you, teachers, for all you do. Teacher appreciation. Principals, I see some of you out there. Thank you too. Supervisors, there's administrators. They're doing they got it tough too. They got to deal with that kid getting sent to the office. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Would anyone else?
Yeah, mine's gonna be a blip. But I think today was really important because it shows that members of the audience, if they keep showing up and they keep attending meetings, they're gonna make a difference. So, thank you, Ms. Fretz, for not giving up and fighting the fight. It is a really great thing to have 7510 for the members of the community. So therefore, school board candidates and members of the community could interact and people can make an informed decision. So thanks once again, and congratulations to all the teachers of the year. As my mom is a retired school teacher, it's a really cool thing. So congratulations again. Thanks.
Anyone else? Okay, actually I do. Congratulations to the support staff. I too went to the dinner for the support staff of the year. Congratulations to the teacher of the year and to Mindy Gold. And also the other night, I also had the chance to go to Camden County. One of our teachers from Ann Mullen, Kristen Kowalski, was teacher of the year for the county of all Camden County. So she was honored there. That's all. Thank you. All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.